Decision coming 1 week before the Wisconsin primary. Reports say Walker has narrowed his choice down to two candidates, Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Ohio Governor John Kasich. Joining me now is political strategist and former Hillary Clinton pollster Mike Berland. Mike, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Maria. How are you?
You've got data this morning predicting who will win in Wisconsin. Well,
I don't know if it's ready to say who's going to win, but, you know, in this social media election that this has become, it's all about the hits. And in Wisconsin, it's all about Trump. He is dominating all social media. He is almost 2 times as much conversation about Trump as Cruz. And this election has not turned into Trump versus Cruz. It's just Trump versus Trump. All the conversation that's going on is, are you for Trump? Are you against Trump? There's no conversation about Cruz. Even Cruz just talks about that he's not Trump. And that's what the whole conversation in the state has become.
And that has been the case throughout this entire election season, frankly. Trump has been writing the narrative, and everybody's talking about his narrative, Tony Sayegh. I mean, when you think about the fact that he throws a bomb or, you know, says one thing, and then all the candidates start talking about it, and the media starts talking about it.
He's a master of modern communication, which is why you see him not only dominating earned media to the degree he has, but to your point, Mike, social media, because I also think he has a finger on the pulse in a way. Now, this is the Trump appeal, as it would be explained by his supporters, to the population, and in a regard that most politicians on either side have completely failed. So not only is he able to smartly gain attention because he understands how to work the media, he is, of course, a media star, reality TV and otherwise, he also, I think, understands the issues that really galvanize and move people, and he talks about them in the kind of language that gets response. I mean, wouldn't you say that's part of that appeal, Mike?
It gets even better. I've been using my TalkWalker dashboard to do the social media analytics, and hashtag sex scandal sticks to Ted Cruz. So Trump, who's been able to get through every scandal, all of a sudden Cruz's negative sentiment in Wisconsin is up, and the sex scandal is actually sticking to him. So you're right. Trump has his finger on the pulse. He nails an issue, and it sticks to an opponent, and they wash over him in a way that I've never seen. You know what this looks like to me? This looks like a third world election where you want to dump Chavez. You know, you want to dump Trump, and that's what this campaign has become. And I think Donald Trump is going to go in and make his case for why he wants to be elected, and he has a very real chance to get over that 50% threshold, and that's what this election is about. In Wisconsin.
But he hasn't changed his game plan at all. At some point, do you need to appear like you're capable of leading the country? Because, I mean, again, Cruz and Trump held hand in hand, walked into the morass last week.
Not in a referendum vote. If this is a referendum, Trump, not Trump, then he just has to prove that he's Trump and that he is going to make America great again. He's got to go to his policies that he's been talking about, and that's what this election has become.
Even in the general.
And we're not talking about, we're talking about Wisconsin. And we're talking about in Wisconsin, what does Trump need to do?
But this has gone on nationally. The more the established Republicans and Democrats pound on him, the more the general public out there supports Trump. He's actually using the establishment on both parties, Democrat and Republican, as his on their side, and I'm on your side. The rank and file people in the country love him.
But when you look at the general, he trails behind Hillary Clinton.
We're not, okay, but as I've said to you each time, when we get to the general, I'm happy to talk about the general. Right now, we're in primary states, and we're going one by one to get to 1237. It's irrelevant looking at the general.
So you're saying whatever he does and says last week or right now is irrelevant in how people feel about him come November.
We all know it's a reset. We all know it's a reset.
I disagree with that, and maybe your data is different than that, Mike, but I have private conversations with major Republicans every day saying, I don't know if I can get behind this guy.
Right.
And they're already having that conversation.
But Mike, to your point, if it is a referendum vote, he's actually losing the referendum when you combine what Cruz and Kasich are getting jointly. If this becomes a two-man race, which is unlikely at this point, I think if Kasich was going to drop out, he would have done it already. Does he end up losing the referendum?
So I think that's what we're looking at, and that's why all weekend I was shocked at just how much conversation there was about Trump. That is it's a referendum vote, and we will see. He's got a week to go. I do think Dagan's right. He's got to make his case. But even Milwaukee and Madison are looking differently. Milwaukee's looking like Trump town. Madison's looking a little bit more like Cruz. That's the level that we have to now go in and see what's going to happen. I think when Trump gets into the state, we're going to see how the conversation goes. But Cruz is not making his case. And the Republican establishment is being disingenuous, getting behind a candidate that voters are not stupid. They know that they wouldn't support them.
Wow, Mike, great insights as always from you. Thanks so much, Mike Berland. We will be right back with the break.